All right, I have a question for you. What is food to you? What is food? When you think of food, what is it you're thinking about? When it comes to food, are you racing through your meals? Are you snagging a breakfast sandwich from Starbucks, and eating it while cruising to work in the morning? Are you, just hanging out at your TV for your dinner, food on your lap while you're searching through channels? Are you sitting at your desk lunchtime while still working at the computer and eating food out of the side of your mouth? Are you looking at your phone while you're sitting down for breakfast, lunch, and dinner? Part of the problem, I think, for the industrialized world, I'm one of those people in the industrialized world, us industrialized humans, that's technologically advanced humans, is that food is so readily available. And we no longer consider sacred food because we can get it anytime, anywhere. Options are endless. In generations past, when obesity, diabetes, chronic illnesses, arthritis, all this, these things weren't overwhelming the industrialized population, food was sacred. Why was it sacred? Because you didn't have 40,000 options at your local grocery store. And not only that, but you got 10 different stores within a 5-mile radius from your home that you could potentially get food substance from. The ability to even hop online. People can, do these different online orderings, and you can have food delivered in a couple days, or if you're in a big city, literally within hours, you could have food delivered from you from all over the place. I mean, isn't that crazy? And I think this has caused us to not view food as sacred, as something that we should be, wow, I'm so grateful. I literally get to sit down tonight and eat food. I actually have food on my table, and I'm so grateful. It's so easy for me to get. For most of us, food is just kind of like a form of entertainment. It's like another vehicle we can use to entertain ourselves, because no doubt the industrialized world loves entertainment. We uphold those who entertain us. Those are considered like, the most popular people, those that entertain, and like they know something because they're good entertainers. So sorry about that. So, think about, how can I buy the most food for the least amount of money and eat it unconsciously at random for no real reason? Consider if that has anything to do with how you roll with life. Do you think about, how can I buy the most food for the least amount of money and unconsciously at random, eat it for really no apparent reason? You're not boredom maybe. The thing is, there's reasons that we do all this stuff. And that reason for you may be that you're bored. Maybe that you just love this food, right? That it just tastes really good. It rewards you. Totally understandable that you would seek reward from food, because food should be rewarding to us. But even though food is rewarding, it's still, like I've talked before, is information, and it's leading us to a place that we may want to go to or we may not want to go to. When I eat an apple with peanut butter or almond butter, it's probably my favorite little concoction. My dopamine response, my serotonin, my leptin, my ghrelin, those babies are sounding off. And these hormones and neurotransmitters, they're literally like thanking me for consuming this combo. And if I eat junk food, guess what? They would thank me for consuming that combo, because it would also be very rewarding. But that particular combination for me is super rewarding. The problem is, almond butter and apples and peanut butter are so readily available. I mean, I could eat those just nonstop. There would be very, very difficult for me to find a time, unless I literally was not working or something, could not buy it. But even then, peanut butter, I mean, it's not the real stuff, but peanut butter is still readily available, even if you're on food stamps. So I always have them in my home, except maybe for apples, at least about 6 to 8 weeks out of the year when the apples are, not quite so fresh. But living in Washington State, I always have apples and almond butter or peanut butter available. So you know what? This requires discipline on my part to not consume, 3 apples in one sitting and just be like feeling all terrible. This also is why it's paramount to cut the apple up, put it on a plate with my nut butter on the plate, not the whole jar, put the nut butter back in the refrigerator, sit down at the table, and then eat the food while sitting at the table, rather than scarfing it while standing at the counter, and leading me to then grabbing another apple, slicing it up, and going for it again. I've done this many times. I am still a work in progress. But if we make food sacred, we show that food's important. This is an important thing right now. I'm eating food. I'm not just going through the motions. I'm not just giving myself a hit here. I'm taking the time. If we take time for things, it demonstrates that thing is important. And so if we take the time to make it a sacred moment, then we are way less likely to, one, overeat, and secondly, we're way more likely to get a satiation, get a true satisfied response from the food we eat. When food is scarce, it is sacred. And of course, it's not scarce now, it's everywhere. And when food is scarce and it's sacred, people sit down, they enjoy the nourishment hitting their system, because they don't know when they're going to get food again. They understand the effort it took to either catch the food, farm the food, and prepare the food. But since so much stuff is already done for us, I don't catch my food, I don't farm my food, and many times my wife prepares my food for me. So it can be easy for me to not recognize this sacredness that is food. I think much of the hoopla around food historically has been related to the fact that we're celebrating something, that this is an occasion, that we have food on our table. Wow, man, thanks Dad, thanks cousin for going on, killing that buffalo for us, or getting this deer, or whatever it is. Because otherwise, if we don't have this, we're gonna starve. We have to get food every day for every day. Compared to, of course, now, and if you're watching this video, there's literally 100% chance that you're not starving, and that you're probably not worried about where you're gonna have breakfast, lunch, or dinner, or 15 different snacks during the day. So I encourage you to consider, real food as a scarce resource, and take the time to be, overwhelmingly grateful that with minimal effort, you're able to, satisfy your body, give your body what it needs, give your body the information, the direction it needs to prosper in life. Day after day, you have this great opportunity. It wasn't even difficult for you to get food on the table. As opposed to, food just being this commodity, that only carries value, in relationship to the price or how convenient it is to get. So value real food over convenience and small cash output. All right, I'm Dr. Matt. Please like this, share it, get your friends on board with health accumulation. So send it out to them. Get your family on board with health accumulation. It's the best thing that could happen for them. Accumulating health day after day. You will not be bummed out that you accumulated health today, next week, next month, and the rest of this year. Talk to you guys later.